Proud of the team today. They really had to work hard, fight hard to win. Mississippi State's such a talented team and such a powerful team and incredibly athletic, and they play so hard and put so much pressure on you, and they are a really, really good team. So we had to fight hard to win it. I just don't know how you can ask more of the team. They really fought hard, battled, had some great practices getting ready, and went out and earned a big win for us. Proud of them.
After falling behind 6-0 and you called timeout, I mean, they came out, a lot more energetic on both ends. What did you say to them?
Yeah, trying to keep our poise there. Nothing in those first three possessions looked like what we'd practiced. We had an outstanding practice yesterday, and then we had another very energetic session this morning. And I just basically, tried to say this is not what we've practiced, and they're doing exactly what we prepared for, and we're ready for it. And I think by the time I'd already got in the huddle, they'd pretty much settled themselves down too, and just said, hey, we have to do a lot better. I think one thing that Mississippi State can do is their speed is just so elite. They have elite level speed, and so maybe we just weren't quite ready for that. But thought we settled in and had a good run there. I think it was a 14-2 run after that, and that was I think instilled a lot of belief in us that we could get the job done. So credit to the players for getting it together. You don't ever want to have that happen in the game, but they got it together and did a good job.
Coach Schaefer talked about the difference was the fact that you all just out tough them. I thought Brian was a big part of that. For her to be getting the floor for loose ball and rebounding the way that she did today with that hand, what does that say about her player?
Yeah, she's an elite player. She's an elite talent. She has an elite competitive spirit. She wants to win, and she went out and made some big plays for us today. But I do think it was a team effort. I just thought that we were we talked before the game. We had to drive the ball at them. We could not try to mess around and dink around and throw lazy passes and let somebody else to do it. When you had the ball, and we do feel like we have some guards that can make plays, you have to be tough with the ball, and you got to get downhill, and you got to try to go to the basket and play with tremendous fire in this game, because they are so physical and disruptive and tough. So we knew we had to be tough. But one thing that we had a really poor practice on Friday, and we're not handling their action very well. And we just tried to go back and had a good film session yesterday and focus on our fundamentals. If you'll get fundamentally sound here and you'll do what you're supposed to do, that'll lead you to a spot where you can out-tough them if it's there. So I thought, Mississippi State played tough as well, but I thought we were tough enough to win, and I'm proud of the team for doing that.
You had a sequence in the third, I think it was like a little 7-0 run. They kind of gave you a little run when you got within two. And I think Haynes had a couple of consecutive steals. What was it about the defense there, and how much did she help with that?
Well, I thought they came out of the half really intent on getting the ball into Carter, and she is such a matchup problem for us. And I thought the players really adjusted well and started getting in there and trying to crowd the paint and a little bit more active with our feet and our hands. And we just were able to get our hands on the basketball and deflect some passes and come up with some 50-50 balls. That was another huge point to the team. We had to be, if there was a ball that we have an equal chance at, we got to come up with it today. And so I thought, Sabrina was really, I thought that run absolutely was fueled by our defense. And I told them that in the timeout. And so that was an outstanding part of the game, because we were sort of trading baskets with them, and to be able to get a little bit of separation and fend off what was a run by Mississippi State was huge for us.
Matthew, obviously your game, the success of your team is based on aggressiveness on defense. On offense,
Well, we thought in this game where we had a chance was in the open court and up tempo, because if you what Mississippi State does as well as anybody, what we try to do when we're healthy and energetic and at our best, you try to disrupt what the other team's trying to run, and Mississippi State does a great job at that. So in this game, we felt like we needed to stay in the open court, and we needed to be aggressive, and we needed to try to spread the floor. And so this was a little bit different game. It was a different style that we had to play, and I was really proud of the team for being able to do that. We've won some games, 52-50, and running our stuff and trying to get good shots. So. We do have a little bit of versatility there, but today they did exactly what they needed to win this game.
Kiki, she didn't score. I think she only had a couple of rebounds, but she got 31 minutes. How did she help you out? I mean, what little things that didn't show up on the sheet that she did to really help you?
Yeah, I thought her attitude today and her presence and her leadership, talking to her team and keeping us together and staying overwhelmingly positive and directing traffic on defense. It was really important that we. They are so explosive with their dribble drive offense, and they're hard to guard if you can't put a four-player on the court that can switch some screens and level off some drives. And it was points that she prevented that'll never show up in the stat sheet, but her presence on the floor today was invaluable. We couldn't have won without her. And again, it's another game where if we don't have everybody come together and contribute what their part is, we can't win a game like this. So Kiki was a great example of everybody and just doing what was necessary to win and doing her part. Well, when she's in rhythm, she's awfully good in the ball screen, and so we just tried to get her in the middle of the floor. And the thing about her is, she can handle the ball with both hands, and she has great change of pace, and that's hard to guard. So she can hesitate and drive you for a layup. She can get behind the screen and shoot behind the screen. She can come tight off the screen and just pop up into what we call a power jumper there, 2 feet in the paint. And so she just is tremendously gifted and talented in the on-ball screen action, which was important today. That we sort of limit our passes. It's kind of sounds crazy, but we didn't need to be passing the ball around a whole lot because they're so good. You saw it. I mean, we only turned it over 15 times. They generally turn you over almost 23 times a game. So it was a great performance by us, but the times where we were a little bit lackadaisical with our passes, you could just see how they feast on that. So to be able to put the ball in her hands and really secure the ball and almost ensure that you're going to get some kind of shot, did not let their defense get into rhythm and really put on one of those withering runs that they usually do, that they've been doing in our conference. They've been playing with people, and then bam, they'll have that just withering run that defensively they're so aggressive, and it sort of deflates you on offense. And so Chastity was important to help us kind of get into a rhythm in the game.
What's your opinion of Ron's shot with advantage on the other hand, her mechanics with that?
Well, the shooting's not the difficulty because, you're trying to keep your left hand, pretty straight and rigid, and you're basically shooting it only with your right hand. That just kind of gets it into position. So that's really not the difficulty on her jumper or her three. She'll tell you that doesn't really bother her. She's basically, it's the dribbling that's really. So now she's got a kind of a that hand is really immobilized, so that makes the dribbling. But she made some good plays there too. She made some shots with her left hand around the basket today. She's just supremely talented. But she'll definitely be better, once we can get that off. But she was awfully good with one hand today.
As we head down the home stretch, what makes you most excited about this?
Well, this is a big win for us, big lift for us. You know, last Sunday we just got whipped, you know, every way you can. And, you know, the Sunday before that had lost one and that we didn't feel like we should have lost. And so I think now we're down to our last 4-game mini season here down the stretch. And I think this is going to give us a boost. We got to focus in here and keep plugging. But it's got to give us some confidence going forward. And at this time of the season, it's a long season. It's a grind in this conference. You know, every little bit of shot of energy or confidence you can get is meaningful. So just excited to go play Thursday and be another really important. All of them are important now. So we'll just try to go see if we can get a win on Thursday, and real proud of this one today. Thanks.
Just real quick, talk a little bit about how big of a role Blair Green plays for you. I know 8 minutes today, 1 rebound, but I know earlier, like I think it was the Florida game this year, when she was in that little bit of a slump, you said that she's still just a grunt player for
Yeah.
you and does so much. How much of a role does she play for you?
Yeah, like I said, everybody is just so important with what they do, and you know, her defensive energy today was important for us, and she is a player we have tremendous confidence in and makes a big contribution to our team.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.